Hi guys, welcome to Winning Easy. My name's Wade and I'm flying solo tonight. My co-host Dan is not here. Busy week at work, but he will be putting his tips up and giving you some winners for tomorrow. And we'll be back next week for our big Christmas show. But tonight I'll try and find you some winners from my point of view for the meeting at Doomben this week. First of all, let's just say that tomorrow's meetings in Victoria and South Australia have been cancelled due to the heat. Obviously, southern parts of Australia are having a massive heat wave at the moment, 40 plus degrees. So, under the welfare issue of the horse, they've cancelled all meetings tomorrow, including Flemington in Melbourne. So, the city meeting didn't get any priorities, anything. That's been canned as well. I think it's a great idea. The horses come first here. It's great to see this, and it's a one-off, these weather events, and it's great to see. So, all you people who will be betting on the races in South Australia and Melbourne tomorrow, bet on the Brizzy races tomorrow. Racing Queensland definitely needs some turnover to increase. So, put your money on some Queensland races tomorrow. Would be really welcome up here. Tomorrow at Doomben, we also have the Origin Jockey Series continuing. This is the third week out of the four, and we have Boss, Craigie, Williams, Damien Brown representing New Zealand, Ty England, New South Wales again. So I think it's been a good initiative. I think a few little tweaks are needed for next year, but overall it's been good. And I'd like to send a shout out to Racing Queensland. I was fortunate enough to win a Facebook competition and have won a signed cap shirt from Craig Williams and a suitcase with Victorian Origin Jockey Series logo. So shout out to Racing Queensland. I was lucky to win that, and I look forward to receiving that. Obviously, only 3 weeks away to Magic Millions now, so really starting to heat up here in Queensland, southeast Queensland. Can't wait for Magic Millions Day. Like I said, if you've never been, get there. It's going to be a sensational day. It's racing. You're going to see buffering. You're going to see the $2 million Magic Millions 2-year-old and the 3-year-old race. 6 races on the card are worth $1 million. Sensational day. Hopefully the weather will be great. It's usually a hot day, so but you can get dressed up, but just maybe not full suit maybe with the body heat. But it'll be a great day. I can't wait. Don't forget, there's plenty of events leading up to the week. We'll touch on in the next few weeks. We've got the barrier draw on the Tuesday at Surfers Paradise Beach. Then we've got plenty of events leading up to women's events, golf events, everything, and of course the sales, which start on the Wednesday, and there'll be some cracking yearlings for sale. The catalogue looks amazing. Had a quick look at it the other day, and there'll be plenty of buyers there, open up their wallets for sure. So don't forget, that's 3 weeks away. Just a quick talk about Hong Kong last week. We had International Day. We had the 3 Aussie horses, and the one that done us the proud most was Lucia Valentine in the Hong Kong Cup. Sensational run in an amazing win from the Japanese horse, who just ran him along and just kept going. She came from last, ran 5th. Sensational run against that quality opposition. So she's a top mare. She proved it, and she can get her conditions in the right frame of mind on that run. As Ollie said, after he got off of that win at 8 out of 10 Group 1s in Australia. So great run, good to see. Criterion, touch disappointing. He's had a long campaign, and it might have just took its toll, and preferment in the bars, as Dan and myself said, we thought he was no chance, and yeah, he ran accordingly. He ran a good race, but against that opposition, we just did not think he was up to it. So and we did see some amazing rides. Joe Moreira in the sprint from the outside alley on the winner, sensational ride, and Ryan Moore winning 2 of the big ones. Highland Real winning the bars, so that's just made Winx's form look sensational. Winx absolutely thrashed Highland Real. and who's come out and next up beat a international high class field. So can't wait to see Winks back in the autumn. And Maurice in the Hong Kong Mile. I put up on the Facebook page, I think he could be an absolute superstar. He'd won 5 in a row going to this. I couldn't believe the odds. And he won accordingly. He beat Abel Friend, the local champ, who sprinted past him, but in the last 150, Maurice was just too good, and he is a world-class horse. I couldn't believe the odds he got out to. I thought he'd be shorter when I put the things, my tips up. I said it was a 3-horse race. The other Japanese horse who I thought was great odds as well missed a kick, and that was it. I would like to apologise. I did actually put up a wrong tip in the Hong Kong sprint. I was supposed to tip the winner, and I put up the Rich Tapestry as my tip. I wasn't paying too much attention. The winner was number 6 and my selection was number 7, and I wasn't paying attention, so I really do apologise. I hope people didn't back Rich Tapestry. I didn't realise my error until later that evening, so I'd like to apologise there for that. Last weekend we had a great day's racing in Sydney, in Brisbane. Sensational racing. We saw some really good 2-year-olds, like we said. And in Sydney we saw the Villiers Stakes, and I guaranteed you last week on this show that I'd get the winner in 3 selections. Villiers is an amazing race over the years for me, and I did get the winner again. Happy Clubber. I know he started favourite at $5, but yeah, like I said, I did guarantee one of them would win, and he got the win, and he's a really progressive horse, and now he's earned a ballot exempt for the Doncaster in the autumn, so he's a progressive horse who's had a few setbacks over years, but he's got loads of ability, so it was great to see Happy Clapper win, and like I said, I did make one prediction, I'd get the winner, and we like to keep our predictions close to the mark, so we thought we achieved that. I would like to give a shout out to my co-host who's not here. We've been doing this now for 2 months. We've done 8 shows, previews of meetings, and I'd like to shout out that Dan is returning a profit of 15%. Now that's in real terms, 15%. We're not talking about these other sites, and you'll see a lot on social media claiming they return 80% a week and stuff like that. These are real figures. Over 8-week period at the toughest time of the year to punt, I think that's a great effort. Myself, I've returned a profit, but I'm only in the single digits, so Dan's got the wood on me there, but we're both tipping plenty of winners, and Dan's really having a good run, so big shout out to Dan there, and it's up to myself now to catch him, which I plan on doing, so competition's a good thing, as they say. So, I hope everyone's getting ready for Christmas, and let's hopefully find you some winners for this week. If you need to do some more shopping, hopefully after this weekend you'll be able to do a bit more, following some winners hopefully. And I'd just like to also shout out how our best bets are going as well. Last couple of weeks our best bets haven't missed a play. They haven't got the money, but there's been 12 to 1 myself and 40 to 1 the week before. Both ran a place. One said Cunnamulla Owl, who's racing on Doomben on Saturday, should have won one more stride. Privlaka last week was 3rd. Dan last week, he's ran a place. His best roughie last week, Supercharge, paid $14 a place at Flemington. So, like I said, really pay attention to our best bet and roughie of the day. But what we'll do, we'll get straight into it. Considering Dan's not here, we'll make it short and sweet this week. So we'll get into race 1 at Doomben, and we have the stay event again. It's only 6 runners we got. Yeah, 6 runners with a couple of early scratchings. I'm going to go with Darcy Be Good. I think he's a horse who's just ready now. He's going up to the distance for the first time. All the others have been racing each other last month, every fortnight. And once he gets up to this distance, last campaign he sort of improved. And I think he should be pretty hard to beat with Damien Brown on him. And he's roughly $6-7 at the moment, so I'd rather have a chance with him. We'll go to number 1, Volkey for 2nd, who won against these 2 weeks ago. Hudson County for 3rd, and Nuno 5 for 4th. But like I said, it's a staying race. Tactics here is the key. Who's going to get a soft lead? I don't expect him to be going at a breakneck speed. So we'll go with number 2, Darcy Be Good. Race 2, we have the first of the 2-year-old races on the day. Very important for some of these, with Magic Millions, like we said, only 3 weeks away. I'm going with Hidden Sequel from the Kelso Wood stable. Michael Carlon, he's drawn beautifully. He's around $13 at the moment. He raced in a midweek race the other week, ran 3rd. It was a nice run, but I think he's got plenty of improvements. So I'm going to go him to be number 5, Grey Start. He won the Hopeful Play at Toowoomba at the first 2-year-old race of the season in Queensland, and he was a sensational win. He was so strong, such a professional. He's drawn 11, drawn wide, but that win was just a really good professional win, and he won't have lost anything from his little break. Number 7, Mishani Silva. This horse needs Eagle Farm back. You know, he's really getting back at Doomben that it's not suiting him. He needs big tracks to suit, and probably up to the 1200. If he could get into the Magic Millions on the day, at the way moment with a fast tempo, he wouldn't be the worst in the race. It's just he needs to win a race to probably get into the field. So he should be charging home. Number 1, D2s. It's had 1 start for 1 win, had a little freshen up, and it's pretty much already guaranteed in the field. So there'll be improvement from it going forward. So, but it's a good horse. So 10, 5, 7, 1 there in race 2. Race 3 on the day, we have, if I bring it up, we have my tip number 8, Royal Teeth. Second 2-year-old race of the day. He ran a great race. Its first start 2 weeks ago for a nice second. It was John Zilke stable. Really good run. It's currently the favourite, but on that run, if it's held its form, and even if it's improved just a touch, it should be winning. To beat number 4, Kendika. Once again, this is another one who's had a little bit of freshen up from winning early in the season. Stephen O'Day stable. He's got some nice 2-year-old Stephen. I expect this one to be charging home at the finish. To beat number 1, Emma TV Queen. She's been a really super filly. She got 58 though and drawn 11, but she's honest, but I can't tip her on those. And Yankee Express from the Matty Dunn stable. Really nice debut winner the other week, and up to the Saturday grade now, I think he can measure up. So we'll go 8, 4, 1, 2 in the 3rd. Race 4 is my tip here is Dan Soleil, number 8. It's currently the favourite for the fillies and mares. Kelso Wood stable. Honest mare. Doesn't really run too bad races. Came back very impressive first up. I expected it to hold its form. To beat number 10 more for me. This is big odds. Craigie Williams and for Chrissy Mudd, and it's 21s at the moment. I think that's overs for sure. Number 2 we have Performier from the Central Queensland from Craig Smith stable. Honest mare, deserves its chance down in the city. And number 5, She Is What She Is, who actually is just currently favourite ahead of my selection. Too bad to be true last start. Before that was returned really good with 2 placings on his first 2 up runs, but I'm not sure what went wrong the other day. I don't know if I want to be paying $2.50 about it, but it's a good horse with ability, and you always got to forget one bad run from a horse. So we'll give it another chance, put him for 4th. So race 5, we have number on top. My selection is, sorry about this, I haven't wrote this down. Sorry, I wrote my selection down, if it just load. Yep. Race 5 we have my selection. That's what I didn't write down, because I don't need to write down. Katamara Al. He was my best bet 2 weeks ago at 40 to 1. He got beat by Shorthead, was it? 2 more strikes definitely wins. Really hitting the line strongly. He's drawn a tricky gate here in 15 from the mile start, but I think Robbie Farad will just be positive on him, and I think he'll just put him in the race. I think he's best horse in the race. I couldn't believe the odds of him 2 weeks ago, and he stays on 55 kilos. He's well weighted. I think he'll just win. To beat number 4, it's Vegas Baby. This is big odds. It's drawn 14, so I expect a couple of these that are drawn wide to come across and go forward. I think he's over the odds as well. Number 13, St. Remy, he's drawn barrier 13, so I'm going for the wide barriers here, all to go across. He's another one, G Boss. I think he's looking, St. Remy, I think he's looking for the mile for the Nolly Door stable. And number 10, Secret Puzzle. It's drawn barrier 5 with the claim, and the barrier, I think, will get the run of the race, and it'll definitely run top 4. I think I'm pretty confident Connemara Arvo will finally break its maiden. It's one of the best maidens going around, I believe, and it's 1600 again, but I think once it steps up even past the 1600, you'll see even maybe a better horse from Robbie Heathcote whose stable is absolutely flying at the moment. Race 6, this is one of the Origin Jockey Series races. I'm going number 7, Genie, for the David Kelly stable. It's got the services of Craig William on. Well, what can you say? Barrier 2, nice first up win. Never runs a bad race, this horse, and at each way odds, it'll be right in the finish. And with Craig on, trying to get some more points from Victoria, it will be getting the money. Flight Academy for second, from the powerful Golan Tegan Harrison combo. It'll be forward, barrier 3. I say it'll be in front of Genie. I presume Tegan will probably take this to the front, I've got a feeling, and I reckon Craig will box seat behind it. Number 10, Venetia, from Bossy, trying to get some wins for Queensland. It's drawn barrier 13, so it's going to need a good Bossy ride, that's for sure. But he's taking these jockey series very seriously, so he's really switched on. And number 4, Warhawk. I tipped him the other week in a race, and at the 600, I thought he was going to be riding in it. It's 2 first up runs this campaign. It's first up run and second up run, I should say. It's just not finishing off the races as good as I thought. Drawn barrier 10, I think it'd be good if they just let it run along. If they can just cross and get to the front, just let it run. They'll see outside the lead. Like I said, I think Tegan will definitely hold the fence. But I think if we can just run along, I think holding it up, it can't fall once its momentum stops. So I think it's worth putting the multiples because it's looking good, and I think it's knocking on the door to run a cheeky race at big odds. So I'll go 7, 9, 10, 4. Race 7 on this mammoth 10 race card. Like we said, all those races being cancelled down south, plenty of races to bet on. This is another open race. It's a benchmark 80. I'm going to have to go with number 11, Mr. Jet Set. Lukey Taron. It's been up for a while, once again, from the Tony Gollan stable, who's on fire. I just think he's overdue for another win, and he's just knocking on the door. So, and Lukey on board, horses just run for Luke. So, I think he's the way to go. Number 8, Stormfighter. Barrier 4, Damien Brown. He never runs a bad race. His horse, great bread and butter horse. Number 10, Gold Horizon. He won the provincial final the other week, the big $100,000 race for B. Murray. His form's consistent. All he's got to do is hold his form and he'll be in the finish. And number 6, Big Decision once again for the Robbie Heathcote stable. Nice first up run, second up, fitter, up to the 1350. Yeah, definitely put in your multiples. So we'll go 11, 8, 10, 6. This is a good race, this race. Race 8 here. Really good race this. Open. But I really like number 3. He's a Bobby Dazzler. Really good horse. It's first up. Didn't really come up last prep. And you see sometimes that. Only had a couple of runs and tipped it out. It's a smart thing to do. It's had plenty of time to get over it. Bradley Stewart's on. It looks like it's come back good. It's won a trial. I think it'll be really hard to beat barrier 2. And it's good odds at the moment. I thought it would have been a bit short than that. But obviously, last campaign might have thrown a few people off, but if you go back to the campaign before, it was a really promising horse. So you've got to forget last campaign, give it another chance. We'll go number 10, Court Martial Miss. This was my tip the other week. I went at 1. I was really confident about it. It's currently the favourite. It's a mare who's won its last 3. Mare's in form. It's a big plus, and it's got the services of Craigie on. Number 7, Londa Hero, from the Matty Dunn stable. He's been taking it down south, Matty, and running in Sydney. And it's been running really good races. Doomben's not its track. The bigger track at Eagle Farm, yeah, must suit, but obviously with the closure, a lot of horses are suffering from that. But Matty's had to bite the bullet and run it where the races are run. So I just think from the alley, it'll go back, I'd say, from 10, and I expect to be charging home like it has been this last couple. And number 6, a Doorbell. There's a nice winner 2 starts back at massive odds here in Doomben in a very similar type of race. They took it down for the Greys race during the Flemington Carnival. Wasn't disgraced. Coming back up here, the flow trip away, held its form. I think it'll be right on the finish again. So 3:10.76. Race 9 is the time-honoured Bernborough Handicap, named after one of the greatest horses Queensland has produced. If you haven't heard of Bernborough, well then I say you should go on YouTube and Google it, because he is one of the greatest horses this country's ever seen. Absolutely legend. There's a statue of him out at Oakey. Here we get to go out that way, get a photo of the statue. Yeah, none of these are Bernborough, that's for sure. But some very good horses have won this over the years, some very good horses. I'm tipping a horse who might not go down as one of the greatest winners of the Bernborough Handicap, but I'll tip him anyway because I think he's ready to win. And that is number 6, Be What You Want to Be, from the Rob Heathcote stable. He's 21s at the moment. I tipped him 2 weeks ago and he ran 4th. I just think now he's ready to peak and win. Just really, yeah, I think this is his race. I think a couple of these at the top of the weights are giving 4 or 5 kilos, and I think it might prove the difference now that I believe this is his grand final. We'll put number 2 in Worthy Cause. Really good horse. Campaigned very well down in Melbourne during the spring. Won a listed race in Flemington in the early part of the carnival. It's come back up here. It's won a trial. Yeah, barrier 3. It'll be right on the finish, I think, for sure. Number 11, we have Lordag from the Rod Heathcote stable as well. He took this down for a race on Melbourne Cup Day. Wasn't disgraced. Turned out, horses like Good Project and Maluga won that race, and Good Project went on to win a Group 1 in Perth, his next start. So I don't think he was disgraced, and he come back and ran a nice 30 the other day. I think a trip away would have done the world of good. Up to the mile, what he's looking for too. And number 1, Hofgarden, 3rd runner from Rob Heathcote stable. He's just a great horse. It was a great race the other day between him and Travis and Girl in the Recognition Stakes. Great race. It was really exciting to see a good ding-dong battle down the straight. I'll put him for 4th, but I think the outside of Rob Heathcote's trio there is my tip. I'm leaving out Travis and Girl, who won his last 2. I think it's just a little bit harder. She just goes up there kilo and a half in weight, so I've got to leave somehow. I'll take her on. Shadow River, who's been running good, he was our tip the other week as well. Barrier 13's probably just made his chances a bit more difficult. That's the only reason. He might be looking for a bit further now he's had the 2 runs over the mile, but he's come back great. And then you've got a horse like Centre Pivot, who obviously is going towards Magic Moves Day, coming up from the John Sargent stable. It's a great race, but I'm going to go with number 6, Be What You Want to Be. The last race, nice open race to end the day. It's a no metro win over the mile, big field. We have the toppy Glendara, who I tipped last week, got beat a nose again. She had 5 runs this campaign for a third and 3 seconds. Gee, she just deserves to win a race, but she just can't draw an alley. She drew alley 1 last week, and I thought that was the reason she get the win. She's drawn 18 this week. I just can't back her at all on that alley. Feel sorry for the connections, Difference between third and 3 seconds in a row compared to even getting a couple of wins is a huge amount of prize money difference. So I feel sorry for them, but I can't see her winning tomorrow. My tip is number 6, Outrage, and he's my best bet of the day. So you're going to have to wait all day. Be patient. Hopefully you get a couple winners early in the day and maybe bankroll into Outrage. Make sure you save some money for him because he's had 2 runs back and they've been great runs. He's drawn barrier for 4th. He's got the services of Robbie Fraud, who is riding sensational. And last campaign, when he hit his form, this horse, he really held it. And I just think he's now 3rd up, ready to peak. Really confident he'll win. And like I said, at the moment, he's $16 fixed. And on the totes, I think 20. So I think he's a good best bet at good odds. Number 15, Duchess Molly, who's good odds as well for 2nd. Maddie Dunstable. There's been a bit of money for her. I think she's for 2nd, will be hard to beat. Number 13, Core Star, who I tipped the other week. disappointing, but had a bad barrier of the day, had to do a bit of work. Like I said, if you give a horse one bad run, its record's not as good as it should be, but it's got, it has got ability, and it's now got barrier 3 and it's out to $26. So I think it deserves another chance on multiples. And 17 for 4th. It's emerging Rongali. It's massive odds at the moment for the Denny Begor stable. If it gets a run, make sure you put in your first 4s. At the end of the day, I think we've got some roughies there to play for the exotic, but best bet of the day, Outrage. So wrapping up, like I said, best bet of the day, Outrage. If we're looking for another roughie, I said Outrage 16, but I'll give you another roughie. I'll give you Be What You Want to Be at 21s at the moment fixed. I think he's worth an each way bet. I think you'll collect, and I'm very confident Outrage in the last to get your money. Make sure you be patient, wait to the last, because very important. Doesn't matter how you win, as long as you win at the end of the day. So come race 10, hopefully we'll be celebrating. Don't forget, Dan will put some tips up. I'm not sure if he'll do a little video or not. He's been very busy this week, but he'll put his tips up. I'd like to wish everyone all the best tomorrow. Hope you get back plenty of winners. Hope I've led you into some. And don't forget to tune in next week for our show, our big Christmas show. And we'll be back reunited. It's a big day next week at the Gold Coast. And obviously a big race meetings next week. Boxing Day is one of the big summer race days all around Australia. So we'll have hopefully plenty of winners. But hopefully we'll get some this week. And like I said, tune in for next week and check out Dan and our Facebook page and spread the word. All the best, guys. See ya.